I use my knitting machines a lot for my artwork, but not so much for any kind of functional knitting. Most of that I do by hand. But I love these machines so much that I wanted to learn everything they were capable of, and I felt the best place to learn would be where the previous owner left off. So my 1980s knitting machine came with these lessons from 1985, and they never finished them. So I thought, why not take a minute and finish the lessons that they didn't do? First up was the take off, open, bind off. So I started with what's called utility cast on, which is what you see here. And I did 20 stitches, so 20 needles were pushed forward, and I did 20 rows. And then to do the take off, open, bind off, you just take your tapestry needle and you just sort of pick up each needle off of the needles on the knitting machine bed. And so I'm just using the tail from the sample itself. I just cut it from the carriage, threaded it through the tapestry needle, and then I'm just threading it through all of those open stitches. And it creates kind of a tight edge. It's really as tight as you pull it. So it's not my favorite bind off. It's a little fiddly, but I do think this is a really important bind off to know, because instead of using a tapestry needle, you could use a knitting needle. And then you could combine a project using machine knitting techniques and hand knitting techniques. Next up was the E-wrap cast on, and I've actually done this one before. It creates a really nice clean edge for your knitting when it's finished. And all you have to do is take the yarn, and you basically are making little E's around each needle. So you start from the right, you go up through the left between the needles, and then back over again, and then under the next one. So you're making like little E's. And then you put your cast on comb on those little yarn bits that are hanging from the machine, and then your weights. And it's a little fiddly to get the cast on comb on there, but it's worth it to get that really nice clean edge at the start. And the final one that I did today was the chain cast on. And I've actually never done this one before and couldn't find it in any of my other knitting machine books. So it's not quite as popular, I think. So it took me a minute to understand what I was supposed to do. But basically, you just kind of make a loop on one needle, and then you use the latch tool to sort of grab the yarn that you're holding up above to get it to the other side. And I found it a little fiddly. It wasn't super easy for me. As you can see, I dropped it a couple times and had to pick it up. And it creates an edge that's really similar to the E-wrap cast on. So I think it's just a matter of preference, like which one you like better and you enjoy doing more. So I think I would prefer the E-wrap cast on, but some people might prefer this one. And I'm happy that I know it now. So here we go. I filled in some of the gaps in the book. So I get to keep on going to increases and decreases next. Thank you so much for watching.